Good morning. Oh, good morning, Finny boy as well. Hello, baby. Oh my goodness. It's too early for this. It's too early for this. Good morning. Jake's drying his hair. Finn's gone mad. And I wish I was still asleep. You know what? That's just not staying down there. This week, I've decided to embark on a challenge. This challenge is completely inspired by Beth at Book's Nest. Beth did a similar challenge for herself where she got up with the sun. It was a little while ago, and I've just been waiting for the perfect opportunity to try that challenge myself. And here we are. The aim of the game this week is to get myself up at 5:30 and read for an hour in the morning before I have to get ready for work and stuff. So it's now 5:40. I've got my kitchen timer, and we're going to see if I can get some good reading in the morning before getting ready for work and going for work and starting my day. This could just be an experiment to see how much I hate myself. Welcome to my bathroom. My bathroom right now is just a mess. It's a real mess. I really need to do something about this. But you know what isn't a mess? My toothbrush holder, because I don't have a toothbrush holder, because my Suri toothbrush clips to my mirror like so. And who needs a toothbrush holder when you have this beauty right here? Oh, don't look at my mirror though, because that also needs cleaning. But thank you very much to Suri for sponsoring this video. I love the fact that I no longer have to have like gunky toothbrush pot to put my toothbrushes in, because it looks nice, it's neat. I've got one, Jake's got one on either side of the mirror. It's nice. Jake's no longer has horrible gunk at the bottom of it. His was always so much worse than mine. And we don't have the horrible gunky pot because we now just have this sleek mirror mount, and it's gorgeous. And Suri in general is a brand that I absolutely love. They have plant-based heads that you can send back to the company and they dispose of them, and they're made of plant-based materials. The battery life on this toothbrush lasts like a month plus. I think it's more than that personally, and just generally I very much enjoy using them. Honestly, if you're in the market for a new toothbrush, a Suri toothbrush is the last toothbrush you will ever need. I love them. Anyway. Whilst I'm brushing my teeth here and you can see the product in action, I would also love to let you know that there is a link down in the description where you can go and explore Suri for yourself, and I have a discount code for you of JADE2026, which can get you an extra 10% off on top of any current deals that they may have. So an extra 10% off with JADE2026. Go and check out the link down below in the description. Genuinely a product I love. Snapped back to the mirror. Here's Jake's. Snapped back to the mirror. And also, if you've not heard me mention Suri before, you might not have heard me mention that they also have the UV travel case as well. So you can plug your case in and it's got a little UV light in there to keep your toothbrush nice and tidy on your travels. Big fan of the brand, big fan of the product. I will leave a link to Suri down below. And as for me right now, skincare, Bioma. Shocking. Nothing changes. I have decided that my morning book is going to be We'll Prescribe You a Cat. So this is what I will be starting with. Cute healing fiction, something a little bit light and easy to start my day and hopefully not put me back to sleep. I may in this hour also like make myself a cup of tea and that sort of stuff. But yeah, we've pretty much got until just before 7ish when I need to be getting ready for work and stuff. So an hour, just over an hour with a cup of tea break. Okay. Right, well, let's get cracking. an hour has passed. Oh, right. So, first hour of the week. Stop tracking my face. First hour of the week, I have managed to read 46 pages in We'll Prescribe You a Cat, which is not very many. I thought I would have read more. However, in that hour, I did also... Stop tracking me. However, in that hour, I did also make myself a cup of tea and do dinner, which you might think is a ridiculous thing to do at this time of day. What time is it now? 6:44. But I did the slow cooker, so I peeled and chopped all my veggies and popped everything in the slow cooker as well, whilst I was making my cup of tea. So that probably took like 10 minutes of my timer anyway. But a good start. 46 pages even. Oh no, I am on page 47. I did finish page 46. 47 pages so far. So far, so good. My hope with this one was that it would be better than Blanket Cats, which is another book with a similar premise. This is about a health clinic where only people who really need it, it's like the health clinic for the soul, and only people who have like real emotional hardship will be able to find the clinic, and they prescribe cats rather than medication. And I've read a similar book in Blanket Cats where cats are prescribed to help people, and I really didn't like that one. I didn't like the way that the cats were treated. I didn't like the way that the people behaved. I was not a fan. I'm still in the first story of this one, and we have a cat called Bee, and a young man who hates his job, is treated like dirt, and is miserable because of it. And the cat is obviously doing the cat's job. And so far, so good. So that's positive. I think now my plan is going to be, let's get ready for work and see where we end up. So let's do that. The sun literally hasn't come out yet. I don't recall having to walk to work in the dark last week, but I might be walking to the dark in the work. Yeah, walking to work in the dark today. I suppose I should do something with this, shouldn't I? Ugh. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Whoa. Okay, let's get the fringe out of the way. Just keep that in the middle, out of my way. I think just these little bits. I know it looks a little wild right now. Just bear with me. And then what we do, because these clips are pathetic, we cover the band in a clip and clip it back. And there we have it. I am ready for work. I've got my little jumper dress thing on. I've got a pair of tights and a pair of fleece-lined tights on because I get cold. Long sleeve shirt, jumper dress. Hopefully I will not be too chilly, but that is it for this morning because I now have to go to work. It is still dark outside, so it looks like I will be walking in the dark. Hurrah. But yeah, so far this morning, progress reading-wise being 47 pages of this. I will see you tomorrow morning at about 5:30 and we'll do it all again. Good morning. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was harder this morning. But it's 5:35. It was definitely more difficult this morning to get up than it was yesterday. And I do have a bit of a headache. Oh, so I think my priority this morning before I settle down for my hour is going to be going to make my cup of tea. So, I'm going to go make a cup of tea first, and then we will settle down for an hour of reading. Oh, my coordination is so all over the place. Just throwing my phone on the floor. Right, let's go make tea. This microphone does not like to clip to this hoodie, but tea made. And what time are we at? Hopefully not too long. 5:42. Not too bad. So now we settle in for our hour. Turn this on, an hour on. Let's go. Hello, it's time for me to start getting ready for work. It is 6:48 now. I just finished the chapter, so I was reading for a little bit more than an hour. But I'm now on page 125 of this one. I finished the story with the first cat. Very cute, very much enjoyed. And I've just finished the story with the second cat. Very cute, very much enjoyed. This is definitely doing what I wanted it to do, and is kind of filling what I thought blanket cats would do, but the cats are treated so much nicer, the characters are nicer. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still some meany characters, because our main characters who are being prescribed the cats are going through emotional hardship. And like, our first story was about a guy who was working in a really toxic environment and his boss was really horrible. So there are still some horrible characters in there, but it's not the horrible characters getting the cat. It's the nice characters that then treat the cats nicely, which is exactly what you want. So yeah, I'm about over halfway. I don't know how many stories are actually in this. Is it 4? Oh, no. 5. Oh, the next one's only small. The next story is very small. 2 out of 5 done so far. And I'm having a good time with it. So that is perfect. And I had my cup of tea, so that now means I need to get ready for work. And it is so cold. I do not want to get out of this hoodie. If I could just go to work in this hoodie, that would be wonderful. But I cannot. At least not until Thursday when I work from home. In which case, there is a good chance I will just stay in the hoodie all day. Oh. Okay. Let's go get ready for work. And here we have it. Another day, another work outfit. Jeans. You can't see my jeans. Let's go down a little bit. There you go. Now you can. Jeans, t-shirt, cardigan. And my hair, somewhat done. Done enough. Let's go to work, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning, good morning. I wish I was asleep. It's really too early for this. 5:36. Oh, my alarm is going to go off again in a second. Let's turn that off. 5:36 in the morning. Here's my timer. Here's my book. Let's go. And today's hour of reading is up. I'm so close to finishing this as well. I'm on page 203. And I think I've just got the last cat story left. So I've actually read 2 this morning. The first one was very small. The cat was effective very immediately for the people that took it in that one. And then that story just there was really cute as well, about a woman who was being completely bogged down by perfectionism to the point where it was ruining her life. So she was given a couple of, well, one really calm, chill cat and one super chaotic cat that just wrecked her life but made her feel better, you know? It's all really cute. It's been very cute. Definitely everything that I wanted it to be that Blanket Cats was not. So still having a very fun time with this one. I nearly finished it. I reckon tomorrow morning we will be finishing. So that is positive. And I had my cup of tea, and now it's time to get ready for work. It is 6:50. I say my hour of reading. I had like a couple pages left of the chapter, so I finished the chapter after the timer went off. But yeah, now time to get ready for work. It's really cold. I feel like I'm saying that every morning, but I don't want to get out of this hoodie. And I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow morning, where I won't have to get out of this hoodie, because my work desk for a Thursday is just there. Alas, I must get ready to actually leave the house to go to the office. Oh, it's so cold. And boom, done. Gotta run. I've got my jumper here as well. Ta-da. But I'm walking and it's going to be way too hot, so I'll wear that when I get to the office. But let's go. See you in the morning. Here we go again. I feel like I've slacked this morning a little bit. 5:40. Took me 10 minutes to get from bed to this chair. You know what? Am I more awake than I have been or not? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think this morning I should be able to finish We'll Prescribe You a Cat. Maybe. And also, it is now Thursday, and I work from home on a Thursday, which means I don't have to change out of my hoodie afterwards. And I can spend my workday in these clothes. Love that for me. So yeah, let's stick our hour of reading on. And really, this morning, because I don't have to leave the house at 7:30, we could do 2 hours of reading this morning before work. But we'll do our first hour and then we'll see where we're at. And hopefully Jake will make me a cup of tea when he's out of the shower. That'd be nice. Alright, let's go. Go, 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 go. Go. Nothing quite like a good cry at 6:30 a.m. over the end of your book. But yeah, it's now 6:32 in the morning. I do still have 12 minutes left on my hour timer. But I finished We'll Prescribe You a Cat. And I cried. I love pets so much. I'm not a cat person, I am a dog person, obviously, although my dog is probably the most cat-like dog you'll ever see. I just love animals and cannot imagine being without mine. And whenever that topic is approached in a book, I will sob. I will sob. So I did. And although the last story in this did make me cry, I do think it was my least favourite. Like, it was... There were some bits in it that didn't quite make full sense, but it was emotional so maybe that balanced out. But overall, I think I would be giving We Will Prescribe You a Cat a solid 4-star. I would love to read the sequel, which is We'll Prescribe You Another Cat, especially with how that ended, with what we then learn about the doctor who is prescribing the cats. When I said, I think I've mentioned it before, I wanted it to be better than Blanket Cats, similar premise to Blanket Cats, but better. It absolutely was exactly that. It was heartwarming, it was cute, the cats were cute, the characters actually deserved the cats and deserved to find happiness. They weren't terrible people like they were in Blanket Cats. And it was just really heartwarming for the most part until it made me cry, but neither here nor there, you know. So yeah, solid 4-star rating. And that does mean I can change my little book tracker. So we have my number 5. Take off the 4. And there's my 5. And now I need to find another book to read. I'm thinking about doing a manga. I've got some perks of being an S-class heroine on my TBR for the month, so I might pick up a volume of that. Ooh, and I have a cup of tea, because Jake did make me a cup of tea. He has gone to work now, but he left it on the bookcase for me. I should have picked this up sooner, when it was warmer. Never mind. But yeah, let me go and grab it. This one, Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine, Volume 2. It is a manga, so it shouldn't take me very long. But with that in mind, I would hope to finish it in this vlog again. But I have decided that I'm just going to do this for the work week, because I have things happening at the weekend that means that getting up at 5:30 is probably not very practical. So that means we've only got the rest of this morning before work and then tomorrow morning. So yeah, a volume of manga seems sensible. But I'm in no rush this morning, because I ain't gonna get ready for work, because I already am. I love a work from home day. I will, like, brush my hair and stuff, you know? I told you that I wasn't going to get out of my hoodie, and then I've gone ahead and actually got out of my hoodie. I was getting hot. But let's get ready for the day. Boink! Toothbrush. Clean teeth. Fun fact, I am getting my hair redone tonight. So, as in coloured. Because these roots are monstrous. So I'm getting my hair redone, getting my roots done, getting my calico topped up, having my blonde redone, my orange redone, my dark patches redone, and my random little red patches also redone. And as I'm working from home and only planning on leaving the house to go to get my hair done after work, I'm going to leave it like this. It doesn't really matter to me much what it looks like today. If I have any calls, I'll just do this. Boom. A little bit of moisturiser. Well, a lot of bit of moisturiser. Rightio, it is very nearly 8 o'clock, so I am sat for work for the day, but my timer has completed. I did read for a bit longer than the 12 minutes that was left on it, but not too much longer, to be fair, because I did actually end up pootling around. I've got some laundry on, you know, perks of working from home. Do a little sneaky bit of laundry. Although I did do it before I started work anyway. I am on page 86 of Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine, so I would hope that tomorrow morning I should finish it. This reading in the morning before work thing quite nice. Maybe I'll do it more often. Maybe. Surprise! Good morning. I've got hiccups. It is the final morning of this vlog. It is Friday morning. It is 5:35, but I have been up for too long. And I am struggling today because, unfortunately, we've had a little bit of a poorly Finny boy overnight. So I have cleaned up 3 lots of dog vomit this morning. I don't even know what time I've been awake since, but I've been up and down in the night with him, and then this morning cleaning up because he's not feeling too sharp. I don't know what's wrong with him. He hasn't had anything different, but obviously I wasn't here last night because I was off getting this done. Look at my roots, they're gone. I do still have my blonde in here somewhere. It's like hidden away, but it's in there. Anyway, yeah, I did like more strands in the calico hair, so there's a bit more colour in there. And the refresh on the dark as well, even though my natural hair is really dark, it was nice to have a refresh on that too. So yeah, my hair's done. I was out really late getting my hair done, because it's always a long project when me and my mum tackle doing my hair, because we obviously have to bleach all my roots and then do all my different sections. So I didn't actually get home until about 1:45 this morning. So then went to bed and then have not slept a great deal because Finn's not been feeling too great. And then, yeah, honestly, I could so happily go back to sleep right now, but it is the last morning of this vlog, so we are going to continue. We are going to carry on. I have got Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine Volume 2 here. I've left my timer on my desk. That's not what we want. Ooh, where is it? I can't function properly. Oh. Found it. I am hoping that Jake will make me a cup of tea again. I hope he will. Because he hasn't been up cleaning sick. He's up getting ready for work, but you know. Anyway, we've got the timer. Let's stick her on an hour. Again, it's a Friday. I work from home on a Friday, so I can then chill afterwards. Take a nap again before work. I don't know. But yeah, an hour of reading. Let's see if I can get Perks finished within this hour. Yeah. Let's go. Well, I did it again. I finished a book with time to spare. I still have 11 minutes left on my timer, but I did finish the book, so I went and got dressed and did my skincare and stuff. So I'm a bit more ready for the day. You can see my hair a bit better here now that I've brushed it and stuff. Do you like? I like. And yeah, I feel like I should have had more blonde, but we've got more of the red than there was before. But most importantly, I've had my roots done, which is the most important part. Anyway, I have finished Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine Volume 2, and what a cliffhanger! What a cliffhanger! I could be tempted to pick up Volume 3 soon. Not quite like now, but definitely soon, because that ending, oh, I really enjoy this. It's like a game sort of thing. Our main character, in her normal human life, she died, but before she died, she purchased a insurance package that made her able to live in a fictional world, to become a transmitigator and transport her into a fictional world from a book that she has read. It's not quite the genre that she wanted, and she didn't expect to be an S-class heroine. She didn't expect to be going into an S-class dungeon, the most dangerous of the worlds, and yeah, dungeons. Dungeons pop up with demons and bad guys, and you have to defeat the bosses and whatnot. I typically haven't enjoyed lit RPG in like novel format, but this is really good. So in the first one, she goes into her world and starts to kind of learn the world and get to know some of the side characters and the background characters. And in this one, we've met the protagonist of the story, and she kind of has to keep it a secret that she's not actually from this world. She's just been plopped into it with the aim of solving some of the plot problems. And she's now met the protagonist, so she has to be really careful about what she says and what she does. But because she knows so much, and she is playing this as a game, so she gets level ups and she can purchase like power ups and stuff. So the other characters around her are always a bit like, how did you do that? How did you know that? It's almost like you've been here before. What? But it's because she just knows. She knows, and she can work it out, and she's like leveling up and stuff. It's just really fun. It's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. So I'm really happy to have read this one. Oh, that's my alarm, my normal alarm. I would normally now be getting up, and I finished a book instead. And because I finished a book, we need to grab a little tile. That was my 6th book of the year. Take off the 5 and put on the 6. Beautiful. With my remaining 11 minutes, and in fact, I've still got an hour before work. Like, I'm ready for the day, and I've still got an hour before work. So I might go back to reading my daytime book. I haven't been vlogging my days whilst I've been vlogging my mornings. But in this week, I have finished Black Veil by Kristen Britton and have moved on to Mirror Sight, which is book 5 in the Green Rider series. Considering my January TBR had my main priority being reading book 2 of the Green Rider series, and I'm now reading book 5, you can see I've been having a fabulous time. And I am 107 pages into this one. So I guess I will just continue to read this one for the rest of the morning. But in terms of reading in the morning at 5:30, getting up at 5:30 and seeing how successful this has been, it's been a really good week. I felt good in the mornings. Like, I felt, maybe not for the first half hour, I haven't felt awake, but by the time I'm actually getting ready for work and stuff, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I haven't been too tired. Would I do it again? I probably would do it again. I don't think I would make it my new routine and do it every week. I would definitely do it again. I do have a little bit of a headache, which might be because I'm tired. But I can just combat that with chugging some water, right? That gets rid of headaches. But otherwise, it's been pretty successful. And I have managed to finish 2 books as well. So, We'll Prescribe You a Cat and Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine. 2 books done just in the mornings. I've still been reading my normal massive books outside of that. So it's been a good way to get some extra reading time in and, bump up my page numbers, bump up my book numbers. I'd say it's been pretty successful. But I just don't think I have enough drive to do it constantly. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a bit. I will finish my timer because it's not quite right to finish this vlog without finishing my hour of reading. So although it's a different book and I'm obviously not going to make masses of progress in this in the next 11 minutes or however long until I start work. So we will wrap up when I have finished my reading for the morning. Okay, now it is time for work. I did manage to read a little bit more of this. I'm now on page 146. Obviously was not going to make an awful lot of progress in this in that hour, but did make a little bit as well. So a little bit of bonus reading on top of the 2 books I finished in this. But there we have it. It's Friday, it's nearly 8 o'clock. I am gonna be starting my work day, and every day this week I have got up at 5:30 a.m. My alarm's gone off at 5:30. I've got up, I've come in here, and I have read with an hour on the clock every morning, and I have actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, getting out of bed has been tough. I'm not a morning person. I'm way more a late night person than a morning person. So thoroughly. So it was difficult. And when I told Jake that I was going to do that this week, obviously I know he was getting up for work early, he said immediately, he was like, yeah, you're not going to do that. And then I did it the first day and he was like, yeah, you're not going to do that again tomorrow. And I've done it every day, so it is kind of an achievement for me because I am really not a morning person. I am a roll out of bed 5 minutes before I leave the house sort of person. Okay, 5 minutes is an exaggeration, maybe like 20 minutes before I leave the house sort of person. Brush my teeth, brush my hair, throw some clothes on, off I go. So it has been really nice to spend that hour reading, but then also after that hour of reading, because I've felt awake, I've been awake and alert, I've then like just been better prepared for the day, I think. Like I've had more time to get ready. I did a couple of slow cooker dinners this week because I had time in the morning to put the slow cooker on and sort the food out, and it's been nice. And also I've been walking to work lately as well, and I have been very actively, one of my goals for this year was very actively to reduce my screen time, and my average screen time this week has been enormously reduced as well. I don't know if that has to do with the fact that I'm getting up and reading for an hour or not. My average screen time this week has been 2 hours and 13 minutes, considering I was at it being like 5, 6, 7 hours. So for it to be down to 2 hours and 13 minutes this week, I think I am succeeding in that as well. Not that that was part of this challenge, but I will probably at some point also do a screen time for reading time sort of challenge. And maybe I do it in the mornings. Well, maybe not, because 2 hours is a bit much. I'm not getting up at 4:30. That's taking it a step too far, I think. But it's been a success. I've had 2 4-star reads in the morning as well, and it's just been better and easier than I thought it would be. So I would do it again, but I wouldn't make it like a new part of my everyday routine. Not 5:30 anyway. Maybe a bit earlier, but not 5:30. But yeah, that is it for this vlog. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Would you give it a go? Maybe not 5:30, but would you give it a go, seeing if you can get an hour in of reading every morning before you start your work day? See if you could do it. Do you do it already? Is it part of your everyday routine? Let me know. Thank you once again to Suri for sponsoring this video. Remember, the link to Suri is down below in the description, and you can use my code JADE2026. Go and check them out, a brand I truly love. Used it again this morning to brush my teeth. So thank you, Suri, for sponsoring and for continuing to support the channel. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye!